Good morning everyone, welcome to a new Super 69 EV film, and today I am most certainly not in an EV. I'm driving my mother's Mini Cooper as John Cooper works F56. That's a lot. Car has to go in for service, so I thought I'll take it for her. And I have to say, when you do want a hot hatch to hoon around on track or back roads, I think a Mini is still one of the best cars to do it in. A Mini electric is fun, it drives really nice, it has plenty of range for city driving. But if you do want to take it to a track, you still need a petrol car. And that's where I wanted to talk to you about. Do you, as an EV enthusiast or someone who's interested in EVs or someone who's driving EVs, do you still own a petrol car? Or are you still contemplating
Voorwerp op de weg.
getting one again? Because most of the time I think, yeah, I'm done with owning petrol cars, but then I drive an E46 M3, or I drive an E60 M5, or drive an Alpina, and every single time I think I need one in my life. Just, if I win the lottery, first thing I'll buy is a Ferrari. A big fat V12. That still will be the first thing. And I always said I wanted to get a G-Class for my wife. Not sure if that would still be the case, even though I absolutely adore the G63. It's such a silly car. It's not that good at anything, but yeah, find a new car that has more character than the G-Class. Impossible. Anything that has GT on it from Porsche is tremendous. Even most GTSs are insanely good, except for the 718 normal GTS, the Boxer 4. Don't like that, but the 4-liter is perfect. And then just this morning I was watching a video from Misha on the Nürburgring driving an EK4 Honda Civic Type R. And it brought back memories from the time when I had the Honda S2000, and I was thinking I would still really, really like a track toy in the form of a Honda Civic Type R or Honda Civic that has been prepared for the track. They're just so good, so much fun, such ferocious things. Double wishbones all around on the EK4s. It's just so good. But then again, on the other hand, I drive the BMW i3S. I would like a Tesla Model 3 Performance for occasional track driving, but then on the other hand, that's a really, really expensive car for what I would get for my i3, and add that to the BMW, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think that would cost me at least 30 grand. So for 30 grand, why not get something to go to the track? But I don't want to spend 30 grand. I don't have 30 grand, so it's easy times. I think I would still prefer a cheap to run small petrol car. Like something you buy that doesn't need a lot, like a Mazda MX-5, for instance. If you get an NC, they're not that much en vogue, so to speak. No one really wants them at the moment because everyone wants the newer model, the ND, which I get, it's prettier. But the NC is the biggest of the lot. So why not? And if you get an NC and you do brake pads, brake lines, brake fluid, you're pretty much done. You're ready to go to the track. And you could do like short track days, like 2 hours in stints, not 2 hours non-stop, I think. Maybe it would. Just add an oil cooler and I think you'll be good to go for like longer track work. Or even a mini like this. F56 works. This is an automatic, I would prefer a manual, but if you add an intercooler to this and an oil cooler and do the brake lines and brake fluid because it already has big brakes, I think you're pretty much done.
Flitser bij 132.0.
Oh, I'm getting warned for cops. So, yeah, back in a sec. Yeah, that was false alarm. Nothing going on. But still, better safe than sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if you do fluids and pads, lines, I think with an intercooler and an oil cooler, you could pretty much rip this around the track for as long as you like. And that's something an EV just can't do. Even if my i3S, for example, could keep it together on track for like an hour, you would have to charge for almost as long to drive another hour. And for an occasional lap, yes, of course it's fun. It's really quiet. It's pretty cool. But if you would book a track day at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, it's like $1,000 for a day. Easily, sometimes more, sometimes less. But let's say it's $1,000. Would you want to spend half the day charging? Because as much as I like EVs, I wouldn't. And if you never, ever, ever go on track or planning on going on track, this is, of course, a total non-issue for you. But if you do like to go for an occasional track day, I think you'll be better off getting a small petrol-powered car next to your daily EV, opposed to getting a more expensive EV that has the possibility to track it. Because, for example, a Polestar 2, if you get the performance pack, you get the Öhlins suspension and the bigger brakes, which are all very good, very, very good. But do you really need them in daily driving? And you pay a lot and you lose a lot of comfort for daily driving. So every car that is a compromise is always going to be not great on track, not great on the street. And I think if I've driven the Polestar 2 Performance, and I thought it was very, very harsh for daily driving. I would never get one. And yeah, i4 M50, I saw a film from Matthias Malmedy, a German guy. He drove it like in the evening could you do 3 laps in an i4 M50 in an evening? And if you charge it full and you arrive with a full battery pack, yes, you can do it. But halfway through the second round already, everything overheated so much he lost a lot of power and a lot of the fun. Well, if you arrive there in let's say a Mazda MX-5 NB, a $6,000 car, for example, you could do lap after lap after lap after lap after lap. Of course, maintenance is going to be more expensive on a petrol-powered car, but you get a lot back from it in the terms that you can just drive it endlessly. So yeah, what a dilemma again. I'm still not sure what to do next. If I buy a Mazda MX-5, for example, I would always buy it in winter. Oh, I got a phone call. I've shutted up the Mini a little. I was still in sport mode, and then the valve in the exhaust opens, and it sounds really cool. It gives some pops and bangs, but not that much. But it's drony, and that's something I love about EVs. They're so quiet. So, what would you do? Get a small petrol car, just stop visiting the track, or track an EV? I'm still not sure. I need to make more money and get a Ferrari. That would be the best. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I see the numbers growing. It's so cool. Last week we were at 318 and now we're already at 328. Wow! Oh man, it's so cool to see. It's so cool to see that more people are joining. So if you want to become one of them, please join. Thank you very much for watching, as always. And I see you in the next video on this channel really soon. Bye.